Pardon the cornruption, you Husker-loving knuckle sandwiches, but I'm David Bonbon. Sammy, Jameis Winston just went #1 in the 2015 NFL Draft. How would you feel if you went #1?
I wouldn't be crabby, I'll tell you that. We got the Derby, we got the fight, we got the playoffs, and we got the MLB. So let's start off with the draft from Chicago. The first round was not very surprising to many, but what did you like from the first round?
Well, I'm going to start with Roger Goodell calling Marcus Mariota Marioto. I always love it when somebody I don't like or respect makes a fool out of themselves on national television. So that was good. John Gruden, and I have a conspiracy theory, he was so on in all his picks. I believe he went to every team and said, who you got, because it seems like every other pick, Mel Kiper's like, no, they won't do that, and Gruden was just like, yep, just watch, and it did.
And so, Mel Kiper just shut up.
So, yeah, there you go. All right, but the actual picks, number 4, Amari Cooper, I think was the best pick of the first round. When I look for what to draft in the first round, I want that Hall of Fame career, okay? And who's going to give me that? That's why I just don't like the sexy picks, the Marcus Mariota, the Jameis Winston, because we don't know. I mean, that takes a lot to be the #1 quarterback. We don't know if they have that. Amari Cooper has that, so I love that draft pick. Also, number 5, Scharf, the lineman that went to Washington. He looks like he's going to have a Hall of Fame career. I really love those 2 picks.
I like 4 picks, and of course they have to be the sexy picks. Jameis Winston going to the Bucs, I think is going to be huge, because I think they're a team that's in a work in progress. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, with a couple more drafts, maybe some more free agents, they can actually start becoming something and becoming a scare in the NFC South. And Marcus Mariota, I know he has to play J.J. Watt twice a year, but I still think he could do some damage there. Amari Cooper to the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders are a very good building team. I mean, with the addition of Trent Richardson and Roy Halou, they now have some running backs that can carry the ball and won't get hurt.
Crabtree.
The addition of Crabtree, with the drafts of Cooper, the pickup of Harper, but I'll get to that later. And with Derek Carr, who's going to be a rising quarterback. And I like the Bears addition of Kevin White. I think with the loss of Brandon Marshall. So I think White and Jeffrey could be a good 2 good receivers for Jay Cutler.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Sammy. There were some picks that left me scratching my head over the weekend. Who are some of your overrated picks?
Only one comes to mind, and that's Nelson Aguilar from USC. He had an average career at USC. Doesn't make many spectacular catches. He's just, I just think he's average. And a friend of mine, Josh Mitchell, who plays for Nebraska, held him to 0 catches and also snagged an NIT in the Holiday Bowl last year. And Josh is a 5'11" corner, and he was undrafted.
Well, at least you can say, hey, I shut down the number 20 pick.
Yeah.
You know? I have Todd Gurley going number 10. Here's a guy who got injured in each of the past 2 seasons at Georgia. So, there's some concerns there. And once again, I look for that Hall of Fame career guy, and I just don't see that from him. I know he has the potential, but the potential for injury has shown itself as well. I think 10 was way too high on him. And I'll go with one other running back, T.J. Yeldon, going 36 to the Jags. Yeah, Yeldon's okay, but going with him at 36 when Amir Abdullah and Devin Coleman? Tevin Coleman are still on the board. I think that was a reach.
Agreed. Now, what about underrated players?
All right, let me work backwards here. First of all, Yes, I'm going to attempt this. With the 241st pick, Cleveland selected Ifo Ekpari Alamu. Okay, here's a shutdown corner from Oregon who should have gone late first round, early second round, but he blew out his knee. And he dropped all the way down to 7th. I still think he should have gone to 3rd, 4th round, even with the injury. I was surprised he dropped so low. Next, I have at pick number 162, Kenny Bell from Nebraska. Here's Tampa Bay. They have Mike Evans. They have Vincent Jackson. They're good at wide receiver. But with Kenny sitting at 162 available, he was too valuable. This is a true value pick. They didn't need him, but he was the most valuable on the board, and they went ahead and went for it. Pick 105 is my favorite pick of the draft. Jameson Crowder from Duke was drafted by Washington. A lot of people don't know this. He's actually a hero. He saved a life. He was out on a ski jet and with his friend Jason Tillery, and they collided. Jason was unconscious and was drowning, and Jameson Crowder saved his life. So he was a hero long before he ever played football. So I love that pick. He was a great story. And my last two I'm going to combine with the 104 pick, Bryce Petty, and with the number 37 pick, Devin Smith to the Jets, both to the Jets. I just can't believe that Bryce Petty dropped to the 4th round. I just can't believe that. Who you got?
I got pick number 239 to Pittsburgh, Gerard Holloman. I mean, we didn't even really know he was going to come out to the draft until right before. If for you that don't know, he's the safety from Louisville who snagged like 12 or 13 interceptions last year, and he's a shutdown safety. And you don't see many shutdown safeties that can actually go and cover, be a shutdown corner, or play back and zone and get the interceptions. At pick number 60, I got Randy Gregory, who was projected to maybe even go first overall, but got caught with the marijuana incident, was late to some team meetings with the NFL, and so he just slid down. But I still think that he should have went higher. And I go Amir Abdullah, 54 to Detroit. I think he should have went higher. He's a true steal for Detroit, especially with the loss of Reggie Bush.
I agree. You know, and when you think about it, this is 32 general managers and 32 head coaches that allowed these players all to slide, and you wonder there's got to be something that they're thinking when all 32 of them agree. Maybe something about work ethic or something like that. But talking about underrated, there are some draft snubs. Guys that all 32 general managers, all 32 coaches, all totally whiffed on. Who are your draft snubs?
I got two in particular. Devin Gardner, who has a free agent deal with the Patriots, who can play either wide receiver or quarterback, but I don't think he's going to be a backup to Brady with Garoppolo still there.
Right.
So I think Devin Gardner will make the transition back to receiver and hopefully try to give Brady another good option. But I also think that the Colts addition of Josh Mitchell, a shutdown corner from Nebraska, who just got overlooked by all the teams, and I'm just glad that the Colts picked him up because teams don't really need shutdown corners. They want the guys that get the pick sixes or that makes the huge tackles. Josh is just a shutdown corner. Yeah, he may be undersized, but he's a good nickelback, especially for the NFL.
Yeah, he didn't get a whole lot of interception because they didn't throw his way a whole lot. There you go. I got, first of all, John Crockett, North Dakota State University. An excellent running back. I think he should have gone in the 2nd or 3rd round. And he's actually been signed free agent by the Green Bay Packers, which I think is an excellent fit for him. I look forward to seeing his career. He's the guy that, if given the opportunity, he can pound it up the middle. He's got the speed to the outside. He's got the hands. He can block. He can do it all. Could have that Hall of Fame career. Okay. The other guy who I love the pedigree, Jake Cotton. Jake Cotton was not drafted. Was signed to a free agent contract by the Houston Texans. He'll probably start, if not a backup, on the practice squad and work his way up, and you'll see him in Pro Bowls in the future.
All right, enough of the players that were drafted. Let's talk about the teams. What team do you think did the best this draft?
As you know, everyone loves the sexy picks. But let me tell you something, brother. I played football for 6 years. I've coached it for 8. And if there's one thing I've learned is that you win or lose the game on the line of scrimmage. There's only one team that took 7. Count them 7. Give me a 7. 7 total offensive and defensive linemen combined in this draft. And it's no surprise how well this team has done the last 2 decades. The New England Patriots.
That was a nice 2-minute lead up. Okay, I'm going to make this faster. I'm going to go with the Oakland Raiders with the addition of Amari Cooper,
Yep.
Clive Walford, the tight end from Miami,
Uh-huh.
Andre Dubose from Florida,
Amen.
and the free agent pickup of Derek Carr's former teammate, Josh Harper,
Woo.
from Fresno State. I think this is them, Crabtree, Trent Richardson, Roy Halute, and Derek Carr is going to be the Raiders' offense. I expect the Raiders' offense to be a top 5 offense this upcoming year.
Ooh, bold. All right, enough of that. The draft is over, and so is this segment. So we're going to take a little break. BRB.
Hello, folks. Single guy here. I want to teach you how to lift weights just like my brother RJ, single guy, taught me. Alright, first of all, you need to come up with the legs, not the back. Okay? So you go. Okay? Now, when you're at this spot, you gotta clench your butts. Clench those butt cheeks, because that's what girls look at. Okay? Let me show you how it looks from this back. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna lift with my legs, right? See the clench? You see that clench? Girls like it. Girls like it a lot. Okay. I'm gonna do one more for you. Lift it with those legs, clench it with that butters. I'm so sexy.
Single guy on Match.com.
Help. I've fallen and I can't. Yeah, I can. Duh.
Life alert. Not a necessity.
Schick Hydro. Now with Pro Glide technology.
Shake Hydro. Water not needed. We're back, and we're going to play a game called Over or Under. What's our first topic?
Well, Sammy, Floyd Mayweather defeated Manny Pacquiao last night by unanimous decision. Will there be a rematch? Dizzy Izzy, what's the number?
0.5.
0.5. Okay. So under has to be 0, no rematch. And over would have to be 1 or more. I'm going to go over. 100%. Think about this. All the money. Pacquiao, he wants retribution. He hurt his shoulder, and that's why he couldn't knock that knockout punch and land that knockout punch. And Floyd just wants more money. He wants more money. They're gonna have at least 2 more bouts.
I'm going to say under, so that means 0. I think Floyd is just too scared to pick up his first loss.
Did you even watch it?
Yeah, I did.
I did not, and I'll tell you why. I did record it, because anytime I want to take a nap, I'm gonna watch it. All Floyd Mayweather did was dance around and stay away from him.
Whatever. So, A-Rod has tied Willie Mays for 4th all-time on the home runs list. But where is he going to end up? Dizzy Izzy, what's the number?
720.
I think over. I think he's going to get in the 750s. He has 2 3/4 good years left. And I think he wants that record. And I'm rooting for him.
Okay. I really like the number 720, and I'd really love to push.
No.
Because I'll tell you what, he's going to finish this year probably around 680, and next year is going to be his last year where he's pretty much playing almost every game. So he's going to finish around 705 or something. and then that next year he'll be a DH against left-handers and get up to 720 on the dot. But since you don't let
No.
me push,
No, you can't do that.
I'm going to go under 719.
Oh, so you're wrong again. Okay, whatever. What's next?
Well, let's go to the NBA playoffs. It's the second round now. We got the Bulls and the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
Dizzy Izzy, what's the number of wins for the Bulls?
2.5.
2.5. So, if you go over, that means they're going to get 3 or 4. They're not going to get 3. They may get 2, probably just 1. They're just too inconsistent for me. I'm going under.
Well, I'm going to go over. And for you that don't know, I have no love for Cleveland except for Kevin Love. Oh, and he's hurt. So that means there is no love for Cleveland. The Bulls are going to win the series over. They're going to win 4 games. They're going to win it in 7. Oh, okay. Here's some stats for you. And just so you know, LeBron won't win the MVP. He sat 60% of the season. The Cavs are 4-4 without Kevin Love this season. When he's played 0 or 7 minutes. 7 minutes being against the Celtics, where they won Game 4. All losses averaged to 21 points. When their 4 losses averaged to 21 points without Love. Let that just stick in your mind.
Here's
The
the
Bulls-
thing. LeBron James is going to put this team on his back, and he's going to carry them. Kyrie Irving is going to be an unwitting accomplice to this. The king. He is the king. He is the best player in basketball. He's going to prove it.
He can't be the king in Cleveland.
Cavs and 6.
He can't be the king in Cleveland anymore.
Next.
Whatever. The number 1 Atlanta Hawks survived a scare against the number 8 Nets. And while the Wizards just cruised by the Raptors. Dizzy Izzy, how long will this series last?
5.5.
I'm going to say over. I think the Hawks will win it in 6. And I know the Hawks didn't do an impressive series against the Nets. And the Wizards had a very impressive series against the Raptors. But I feel this young Wizards team will make a lot of mistakes in Atlanta.
Well, of course, I have to disagree with you.
Of course.
Because that's how this works. So I'm going over with the Wizards winning in 7. John Wall. John Wall.
I taught you that, just so you know.
John Wall. John Wall.
Okay.
All right, let's play another game that I will also win at.
Oh, okay, sure.
Let's play Oddsmaker. First topic is, sticking with the NBA, the Clippers versus the Houston Rockets. So, what are the odds that the Clippers upset the Rockets?
I got 70%. They let the Spurs hang around. They let the Spurs win 2 games. They let them come back and let them win. In my opinion, I think the Spurs got screwed because they could have been the 2, 3, 4, or 6 seed. Yes, I didn't mean to skip 5 because they couldn't have been the 5 seed. There was 3 scenarios that could happen. And all 3 of those scenarios worked against the Spurs. So that's how they got the 6th seed. I think the Spurs are in the top 5 teams of the NBA. And I think the Clippers just outplayed them, especially with that Chris Paul shot last night. And I think the Clippers could possibly upset the Rockets in the next round.
I'm concerned about Chris Paul's hamstring. And I'd love to go 100%. I would love to go 100% here because I despise James Harden and I despise Dwight Howard and I despise the city of Houston. Went there once, horrible experience. The Huskers lost in the Big 12 championship.
And also,
horrible.
you hate Rockets.
Well,
Because our school mascots are Rockets.
I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, you.
Okay, so I'd love to go 100%, but the hamstring scares me. I'm still going to beat you at this game though because I'm going 71%.
Okay, we'll find out at the end. If the regular season ended today, the Cubs would be in the playoffs.
Cubbies!
The Cubs, since 2008. They would be the 4 seed in a high competition NL. In the NL. What are the odds that they win the division?
Well, okay, I'm a little partial because I've been a Cubs fan my entire life.
Screw you, Billy Goat.
The Cardinals, they lost Adam Wainwright, who's been the constant with all their success the last decade. I don't believe Pittsburgh and Cincy are consistent enough, and let's face it, Milwaukee sucks. So, basically, I'm going to go with this being a foregone conclusion 100%.
Okay. I have 80% because, yes, Wainwright is gone, but he isn't the team. He's only a starting pitcher. We see him once every 5 games. And, I mean, the replacement, is probably not going to be as good, but I think this Cubs team, they can win close games, but when they get down by a lot, they normally stay down. They can't rally that well, and they're young. So maybe after the season, once they get going as a team, then I think that they'll get better team chemistry.
How many games have you watched this year?
How many have you watched?
Several. How many have you watched?
All of them.
He has a 4.0 in GBS.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy, guess what happened yesterday? What else happened yesterday?
Yeah, you shaved your head.
Thank you for noticing. No, that was today. I'm talking the Kentucky Derby, which saw American Pharoah winning, becoming the 3rd consecutive favorite to win. What are the odds that American Pharoah wins the Triple Crown?
90%. He was the favorite. Come on. And everyone wants to see a Triple Crown. I've never seen a Triple Crown. I want to see a Triple Crown. Let's give him a Triple Crown.
Who was the last Triple Crown winner?
I don't know.
Seabiscuit. Boy, these names they come up with for these horses. I was really disappointed to see Carpe Diem finish 10th.
Barrow.
Really, that's one of my favorite sayings. So I was kind of disappointed in that. American Pharoah came on at the last second. Didn't really have a burst of speed. Just kind of, I think I can, and the tortoise won. Okay, the tortoise isn't going to win the Triple Crown. 0%. 0.
I'm pretty sure the Kentucky Derby is a horse race, not a tortoise race. Okay, last one. The NFL wants to move the extra point from the 3-yard line to the 20 because it's almost a guaranteed point. What are the odds that they do this?
I understand the concept behind it. They want to make the games more interesting, more 2-point conversions, things like that. But they're going up against the football purists who like the game the way it is. They like the changes when it comes to concussions, where you can and can't hit quarterbacks' legs, things like that. That's player safety. Okay, those changes are okay. This change doesn't make sense to the purist of the game. Can I see it going through? Yeah, because like I said, there are 32 general managers and 32 coaches that don't see what the fans see. So I'm going to give it, since it's a 2-point conversion, 2% chance.
Okay. I'm going to give it a big fat 0. Because in December, places like Philly, Green Bay, let's see, New York / New Jersey, wherever you want to freaking call that, get a lot of snow. And it gets really cold. And as a kicker, you wouldn't really want to kick a 37-yard PAT that's worth 1 point.
I tell you what, though, if they do make this change, okay, and the game is tied, 4th quarter, and you need this extra point to win the game, you know what's going to happen. They're going to send everybody, right? Fake it. They're going to be wide open, 2-point conversion, game over. You made them look stupid, too.
Or you could just take the 2-point conversion at the 3-yard line.
They're prepared to stop it. Outwit them.
Whatever. Just hand it off to Marshawn Lynch and he'll just run it in. Okay, whatever. What are the odds that we'll come back from this commercial break?
100%. 98. 95.
98.5. We'll be back.
And let's go with a large hamburger pizza. And can I get a family-sized salad?
Grubhub.com.
I wore different socks today. I feel so stupid.
You forgot to put pants on too?
I'm not a morning person.
It's 3:30.
First, there were face bandages. Then there was copper fit. Now, duct tape. We'll keep that ligament in place. Turns out 98.5% was too low. We're back. It was 100%. And now it's happy time. Happy birthday to Greg Gumbel, who turned 69 today.
Happy anniversary to Elvis Presley, who had his hit movie G.I. Blues released on this day, on DVD, on this day in 2002.
Yes, I have mine. Do you have yours?
Yep.
I actually have two. You can have one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Happy trails to A-Rod's $6 million bonus because the Yankees said he ain't going to get it. Come on, Yankees. At least give that money to charity. Come on. Work it out.
And errors? No. We still didn't have it. Yep. Okay.
Time for the big finish. All right. Whoa. Tiger announced that he'll play in three of the next three tournaments. Thoughts?
Just don't screw up. Zach Manberger's reaction to the draft of Mariota?
I think he actually likes it. He can't get concussions while sitting on the bench. Gronk went to the Kentucky Derby in a hideous plaid suit. Did you see it?
Yeah. Do you think his mom still dresses him? How do you think of the NHL playoffs?
Yeah, I don't care. The San Francisco Giants started the season 2-9 with 8 consecutive losses, but are now near 500. What do you think about the turnaround?
I think it's much needed if they want to make it to the playoffs in this hot NL competition. What is your NBA Finals prediction?
I have the Warriors falling to the Cavs.
Oh, it's kind of hard to win the finals if you lose to the second round to the Bulls. Warriors, Bulls, and Warriors are going to take that in 6.
Okay. He likes being wrong, folks. Watch this again in a month.
I also
Nostradamus.
I predicted all 8 teams.
LeBron James. LeBron.
I picked all 8 teams to go on.
LeBron.
Okay.
Face. Okay, enough. We're out of time. Take it easy, knuckle sandwiches. Let's kick it back to the North Pole. Santa?
Screw you, Canada.
John Wall. John